I'm Victoria Williams from mymusictheory.com, and today I'd like to talk to you about the ABRSM Grade 6 Music Theory exam. If you've recently taken your Grade 5 Music Theory, you might be wondering what's on the syllabus for Grade 6, how hard it is, and what's in it for you. So let's dig in. First of all, Grade 6 is quite a big step up from Grade 5, but don't let that put you off. It might take a bit more work than you've had to do before, but it's really worth it. There's loads of scientific evidence showing that music stimulates the brain like no other activity, and by increasing your understanding of how music works, you'll also get more out of your everyday listening and performing activities. Not only that, but universities in the UK recognise music exams from Grade 6 upwards in terms of UCAS points, so do keep that in mind. But even if you're not about to apply to university, Grade 6 will improve you as an all-round musician. You'll develop a much deeper understanding of how music across the centuries has been constructed. You'll begin to learn how harmony works, and you'll get an excellent overall grounding in recognising styles, analysing scores and composition techniques. The main difference between Grades 5 and 6 in the ABRSM syllabuses is that Grade 6 is a 3-hour written paper with no multiple choice questions. If you haven't written much music by hand before, it's time to sharpen your pencils because 50% of the marks will come from music you need to write yourself. Let's look at the exam paper in a bit more detail. The first question is always about harmonising a melody. You can choose between writing out the chords or their Roman numeral equivalents, or you can choose to write a bass line with a figured bass showing your choice of chords. But you can't just choose random chords or ones which you think sound nice. You have to respect the style of the period, which is early classical, and you need to know and apply the rules of harmony. The second question is about figured bass. Figured bass is a system using numbers to represent chords. These numbers are written underneath a bass line, and you need to use them to create a soprano, alto and tenor line on top of that bass line, making 4-part harmony. There are quite a lot of rules to learn, and you'll definitely need to do lots of practice exercises. Many students find that although this seems quite hard at first, it's a great mental challenge and is very satisfying when you get good at it. It's a bit like doing a musical Sudoku. Question 3 is a composition question. Composition used to be tested at grades 1 to 5 in the ABRSM exams, but if you took grade 5 in 2018 or later, you probably haven't done much or even any composition yet. But composing is a real-world skill which most people end up enjoying. The skills you learn for Grade 6 will help you if you want to write your own music someday. The final 2 questions of the paper are based on scores. Normally, one score is for a small group of instruments like flute and piano or a string quartet, and the other question is usually for a large group of instruments like an orchestral piece. You'll get asked all kinds of questions about the key, chords and harmony, about the instruments that are used, the effects of the performance directions, foreign musical terms, intervals, transposition and so on. If you're interested in learning more about the Grade 6 theory exam, take a look at the free lessons available on mymusictheory.com. If you need more in-depth training, then take a look at the full video course for Grade 6 candidates. And you can also use my services as a teacher to mark your work. For Grade 6, you really do need a teacher to look over your practice exercises because anything that you write in a workbook or a past paper is likely to be different from the model answers provided. So if you're ready for the challenge, you'll find plenty of resources on the website. Drop me a line if you have any questions. I'm happy to help at any time.